The starship Elysium drifted silently through the void, its engines humming faintly as it orbited the lush, emerald-green planet of Zenthara. Captain Elias Grant, a lone human explorer, leaned back in his chair, staring at the holographic display of the planet below. He had been traveling the galaxy for years, seeking out new worlds and civilizations, but this one felt different. Zenthara was a jewel in the cosmos, home to the Zenthari, a peaceful yet enigmatic race. Elias had been invited to their world after intercepting a distress signal. A rogue asteroid, hurled by a passing comet, had been on a collision course with Zenthara. Using his ship's advanced technology, Elias had diverted the asteroid, saving billions of lives. The Zenthari, eternally grateful, had welcomed him as a hero. But their gratitude took an unexpected turn. The grand hall of the Zenthari Palace was a marvel of organic architecture, its walls shimmering with bioluminescent patterns. Elias stood before the High Council, a group of elders whose translucent skin glowed faintly in the dim light. At their center stood Princess Lyria, the youngest and most revered member of the royal family. Her silver hair cascaded like liquid moonlight, and her eyes, a deep violet, seemed to hold the wisdom of the stars. "Captain Grant," the eldest counselor began, his voice resonating like a soft chime, "you have done what no other could. You have saved our world. In accordance with our ancient customs, we offer you our most precious gift, Princess Lyria." Elias blinked, certain he had misheard. "I'm sorry, did you say gift?" Lyria stepped forward, her expression serene. "It is our way," she explained. "To show our deepest gratitude, we offer a bond between our people. I am to accompany you, to learn of your kind and to strengthen the ties between humanity and the Zenthari." Elias hesitated. This was far beyond his pay grade. He was an explorer, not a diplomat. But the sincerity in Lyria's eyes and the weight of the council's decision left little room for refusal. Reluctantly, he accepted. The first few weeks aboard the Elysium were awkward. Lyria was fascinated by everything: human technology, culture, even the way Elias made coffee. She was quick to learn, her sharp mind absorbing information like a sponge. But Elias couldn't shake the feeling that he was in over his head. "Do humans always consume such a bitter beverages?" Lyria asked one morning, wrinkling her nose as she sipped the coffee Elias had made. "Only when we're trying to stay awake," Elias replied with a chuckle. "You'll get used to it." As days turned into weeks, the two grew closer. Lyria shared stories of her people, their history, and their struggles. Elias, in turn, told her of Earth, its wonders and its flaws. They were an unlikely pair, a human explorer and an alien princess, but their bond deepened with each passing day. Their peace was shattered when a massive warship emerged from hyperspace, its sleek black hull bristling with weapons. The ship hailed the Elysium, and Elias's heart sank as the emblem of the Zorvax Empire appeared on the screen. "Captain Elias Grant," a cold, mechanical voice intoned, "you are harboring a fugitive of the Zorvax Empire. Surrender Princess Lyria immediately, or face annihilation." Elias glanced at Lyria, who stood beside him, her face pale. "What are they talking about?" he asked. Lyria's hands trembled. "The Zorvax. They have long sought to conquer Zenthara. When I was a child, they attempted to kidnap me, to use me as leverage against my people. My father hid me away, and the council declared me a symbol of our resistance. But now they've found me." Elias clenched his fists. "They're not taking you." The Zorvax warship was relentless, its weapons tearing through the Elysium's defenses. Elias maneuvered the ship with skill, dodging plasma blasts and returning fire, but they were outgunned. "We can't keep this up." Elias shouted over the alarms blaring on the bridge. Lyria placed a hand on his shoulder. "There is another way," she said. "The Zenthari have a secret, a weapon hidden in the heart of our world. It was designed to protect us from the Zorvax, but it has never been activated." Elias frowned. "Why not?" "Because it requires a sacrifice," Lyria admitted. "The one who activates it must give their life to power it." Elias stared at her, realization dawning. "No. There has to be another way." Lyria's eyes filled with tears. "There isn't. But if I do this, my people will be safe. And so will you." Against his better judgment, Elias set a course for Zenthara. The Zorvax pursued them, their warship closing in as the Elysium entered the planet's atmosphere. The ship shuddered under the strain, its hull glowing red from the heat of re-entry. "We're not going to make it," Elias warned. "We have to," Lyria insisted. "The weapon is in the capital city. If we can reach it." A deafening explosion rocked the ship, and the console sparked violently. The Elysium plummeted toward the surface, crashing into the dense jungle just outside the city. Elias and Lyria barely managed to escape, stumbling through the wreckage as the Zorvax deployed troops to hunt them down. The weapon was hidden deep beneath the palace, in a chamber sealed for centuries. Lyria led Elias through the labyrinthine tunnels, her bioluminescent glow lighting their way. "This is it," she said, placing her hand on a crystalline console. The chamber came to life, ancient machinery humming with power. Elias grabbed her arm. "There has to be another way. We'll fight them together." Lyria smiled sadly. "Some battles cannot be won with weapons alone. This is my destiny, Elias. And I am ready." Before he could stop her, she activated the console. A brilliant light filled the chamber, and Lyria's body began to dissolve into pure energy. "No!" Elias shouted, reaching for her, but it was too late. The energy surged upward, erupting from the palace in a blinding beam that pierced the heavens. The Zorvax warship, caught in the beam, disintegrated instantly. Across the planet, the remaining Zorvax forces fell back, their ships retreating into hyperspace. Elias stood alone in the chamber, the weight of Lyria's sacrifice crushing him. The Zenthari hailed him as a hero once more, but it felt hollow. He had lost her, the alien princess who had become so much more. As he prepared to leave Zenthara, the High Council approached him one final time. "Captain Grant," the eldest counselor said, "you have given us more than we could ever repay. Though Lyria is gone, her spirit lives on in you. You are forever a friend of the Zenthari." Elias nodded, his throat tight. "She was incredible." The counselor handed him a small crystal, its surface shimmering with the same light as Lyria's eyes. "A piece of her remains," he said. "Take it with you, so that she may always be by your side." As the Elysium ascended into the stars, Elias held the crystal in his hand, its warmth a comforting reminder of Lyria. He had set out to explore the galaxy, but he had found something far greater, a bond that transcended species, and a love that would endure long after the stars had faded. The Zorvax Empire would return, he knew. But for now, Zenthara was safe. And so was he.